The Green Bay Packers take on the New Orleans Saints this week in Lambeau against the Saints, of course. And should the Packers win, they will make it to the playoffs, which will be a big boost considering a lot of people probably thought the Packers wouldn't be all that good this year because, well, Packers last year was a fluke. Jordan Love sucks, even though now he's up to like 23-10, and he doesn't look like the sucky quarterback that he was in the beginning of the year. Suck in media, suck in all you people that continue to give Jordan Love crap. He's been good the last couple weeks. Who cares about the level of competition? They nearly beat the Lions, so I don't want to hear it. But let me know what you think down below, and let's get to it. The Saints are just a miserable bunch. Sure, they've won 3 of their last 4 games, but still, they find ways to lose. Last week, they had a chance to beat the Commanders, and they nearly did it. Sure, they benefited from a terrible call where the refs gave them a totally untimed down for some reason. Really makes no sense. That clock totally should have ran out, and they never should have had a chance to score that touchdown. But they frankly should have gone for the extra point, just gone into overtime, because the way they were playing, they would have been able to beat the Commanders. Commanders often had slowed to a standstill, and they just weren't scoring. So frankly, they should have just gone to overtime, but that's neither here nor there. The Packers are coming in pretty healthy for what they have been for most of the year. Javon Bullard probably unlikely to play. Jair Alexander's been practicing all week, but we'll see if he's able to. Last week he probably could have played, but Matt LaFleur said he didn't have speed there, so they were going to hold him out. Valentine, limited practice. Musgrave, who knows if maybe he will be able to return this week. I probably expect him back next week, but maybe he'll play this week as well. Packers are pretty well healthy right now. Josh Jacobs has been tearing it up. Jordan Love has been playing well as well. Again, no interceptions for the last 4 games, and the defense has really turned it on. Bring on Edgerrin Cooper. I mean, Quay Walker is probably unlikely to play, so this is Edgerrin Cooper's chance. If you want to show that you can lead this defense, you can wear the green dot on the back of your helmet, continue to play like you did on Sunday night. And if you can, the sky's the limit for him. He's a future superstar linebacker in the making. And playing against this Saints offensive line that has really had its ups and downs this year, plus not having to go up against, at least likely, Alvin Kamara, will be a big boost. Derek Carr is probably unlikely to play as well, so the likes of Spencer Rattler are back behind the offensive line, as after we saw that Jake Haener, even though there were all the talks that, he looks so good in practice, he always looks so good in practice, ready to go, then you finally give him his opportunity and he completely shit the bed. He's fucking terrible. Since I'm a Saints fan, I would like to say the Saints probably be looking for a quarterback next year, but we'll see what happens. But I expect the Packers to fully win this game. The Saints, have had their moments. They had, like I said, they had a good second half last week against the Commanders. Very well had the game going in their favor in every way, but they just missed on the 2-point conversion in the most Saints way possible. You couldn't have gotten a better throw. There definitely was guys open there, and yeah, the less said about that, the better. But the defense for the Saints, they have good players still. They still do. But this defense and team overall is just aging so badly. It's hampered by salary cap issues. Just rebuild next year. Please, just rebuild. You need to start from the bottom up. Keep the young players that you have, and then just start shipping pieces off. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You really do. If you want to compete, because we all know the Falcons aren't going anywhere. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the cream of the crop in the NFC South, and the Carolina Panthers are still at the bottom. So if you do this right, you could soar back up to the top very quickly. You just got to do it. Derek Carr is not the answer. He's getting older, always seems to be injured, and he's just not that efficient. He really isn't. And against the Packers, they're going to face that great defensive line. They're going to face a improving linebacking core and a secondary that has definitely been better as of late. They really took it to the Seattle Seahawks last week, barring a couple other plays. But the Packers were the superior team last week, and they made the Seahawks look absolutely inferior. And it's probably going to happen this week again. They should be able to get past the offensive line to Spencer Rattler, even though Spencer Rattler can move out of the pocket a little bit. And although he doesn't have the best arm, he does have a decent enough arm to throw it 60, 70 yards down the field if he needs to. Plus, with the return, the likely return of Chris Olave this week, that could bring a new dimension to the team. Now, again, the Saints' offense is going to be hampered without most likely without Alvin Kamara. He has a groin injury. It doesn't sound at all like he's going to play. And Kendre Miller has filled in nicely, so maybe he can give the Saints a little bit of a boost. But I just don't see the Saints again. So one of those games where looking at the Saints is like, they shouldn't win, but maybe they do. Because the Packers sometimes like to fumble against teams like this, but I just don't think it's going to happen because, let's be honest, Josh Jacobs is probably going to run all day on this defense. Jordan Love is going to be able to find guys open all the time. I mean, the Packers, like I said in the past, Packers receiving core is probably not as good as we thought coming into the year, but they're still better than what the Saints have. They still are, and they should be able to get open. As long as Christian Watson can keep making plays and avoiding fumbles, they should be fine. As long as Jaden Reed can start to get more open they should be fine. Romeo Doubs has been the best receiver for the Packers of late, and as long as he keeps getting out there, they should be fine. Tucker Crabb, great tight end, probably have a good game as well. And like I said, Josh Jacobs is going to be tearing up, and he's starting to get open in the passing game as well. Offensive line speaking, the Packers still need to improve on the procedural penalties. It's just unacceptable to continue to have the holding and all the false starts. The false starts have to stop. They're just awful, and they're killing the Packers. But against a team like the Saints, they should be able to avoid them for the most part. But we'll see what happens. But like I said, I think the Packers should win this pretty handily on Monday night, in the cold, in the snow. We'll see what happens with the Saints. But if the Packers lose to Spencer Rattler at home in Green Bay, they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. They just don't. But when all's said and done, I think the Packers win this game 33 to 17. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a lopsided game, but just think the Packers are the way better team, and with a win this week, they punch their ticket to the playoffs, and now they still got some work to do. They still have a small outside chance to win the number one seed. They have a small outside chance to win the division. They just need a lot of things to happen for that to happen. I think it very well might happen, but it's the longest of long shots. If the Packers somehow able to achieve both those playoff scenarios, boy, what a time to be alive that would be. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. From all the Saints fans, from all you Packer fans, of course. Have a great day, and as always, God bless and go Pack Go.